Okay, you have the mouse control, and the part of the reverse engineering is we need to get into the table, the database table.
Okay.
So do you know the
SC16 and
correct SC16? That's the table name. Sorry. The transaction to browse the database is SE16. Type SE16 there in the command prompt. Enter. And the table is AUFK.
AUFK.
So this table will keep not only the PPPI, plant maintenance, customer service, service management, internal orders, repetitive manufacturing orders. All these orders will be in this table, not just only PP. So let us convert those field names into field labels. Field label. Okay. My interest right now is PP. So order type is PP01.
Okay.
Order type PP01. So PP01, PP02, PP03, there are many, but each one is different. PP01 is internal numbering.
Okay.
PP02 is external numbering. So let's go with PP01. That's the production order type, and we'll stick to a plant 3000. That's America.
Okay.
And from this filter, this is a filter. You want to know how many production orders there in plant 3000. Okay. So if you click on number of entries, you will see the number of entries. That is 188. And you said get me all 250. 500. So it's going to give you 500 orders, but you have only 188 orders, right? It's going to show you all 188. Execute to see 188. Okay. So you can also see, you can download also. If you click on edit, top menu, edit, download. Okay, we are not going to download it. I just want to show you how to do the downloading. Okay. Okay, now scroll down all the way down. We'll see the latest ones. Okay, these are all the latest ones. Okay, so out of this I would like to take the one which is 6057.24. double click on that number. Yeah, double click. If you double click on it, it's going to take you to the detailed information. Double click.
Double click.
Yeah, double click or the detailed information, both are same. Okay. Now you can copy that number. You can highlight it, Control C.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go and take a look at this order, because this order is going to have the material number, BOM, routing, and everything, right? So you can put /n and take me back to SAP Easy Access. We have the number, so /n will take you back to SAP, right? So now expand logistics, production, shop floor, order, display, CO03. Okay. Double click on it. The reason I come here is I do not know what material I need to pick and choose. So I went to database table, did the reverse engineering, got the production order in my own plant 3000. So from there I put that number in there, hit enter, Control V, hit enter. From here you are going to get master data. Master data is material master, BOM, work center, standard routing, production version. Okay, you got the material, which is 8467. Okay, so we'll we'll try to not remember. Let me write it down somewhere here so that it will be easy to handle for me. Okay, so the material is 8469 is the material. Okay, and you can see the master data tab next to the dates. Click on master data tab. So this is going to give you what the master data is. So your master data is, one is rate routing, a standard routing, which is 5000-1899. That's the routing.
Okay.
And the BOM is alternative BOM 1. And the BOM uses 1 is production. And I don't see a production version here. So production version is empty. You see this? There is no production version. And from here itself, I can see the routing. This is routing. Click on the routing. I come here to take a look at the work center. The work center is MAS MAS ZY NAA. That is the name of the work center. And one is NAA, the another one is NAB. Okay, there are two work centers. And plant is 3000, we know that. Okay, the next one is, let us take a look at the BOM. This is the BOM.
Okay.
I come here to know, in order to make 846769, what are the ingredients I need? I need one ingredient, which is 8280. That is one ingredient. The another ingredient is called 7736. These are the two ingredients. I need them. Okay.
Okay.
So with this, we have everything. Then let us start one by one. Let us go and take a look at the material master for 8469 /n mm02. So I want to go to change material master, because if the parameters are not correct, I want to fix them. Type your material 8469. I'm sorry. Every time I say 8469. Enter. Select all the views. And also click on org levels. I want to control. You didn't select all the views. This is select all. Okay. Click on org levels, because I want to control the org levels too. Go to drop down and see, is this material available in 3000 and also in some other plants? We don't know. We'll see from here. It is only available in 3000. And similarly, go and take a look at the storage location and tell me what would be the storage location, because it could have more than one storage location also. Yeah, you see that there are two storage locations. So let us take 0088. And go to sales organization, go to drop down, tell me what you have there. 1000. Okay, no problem. Pick the same information. If you double click, it's going to take it. That's it. All you need to do is just double click. You see?
Yeah,
that's it. So hit enter. Yeah, it may be taking a little delay, because okay. So tell me, what kind of product is this? Is it a finished product or a semi-finished product? What kind of product is this?
this is your
Right here, it says finished product. You see this? This is finished product.
yeah finished product.
Okay. So all you need to do is keep hitting the division is let's make it 0 0. Okay, that's the division what you see. And the green tick mark, keep hitting enter on the green tick mark. That's all you need to do. Okay, so that's a warning message. Okay, keep on hitting enter button. Select the batch 0 2 3. Okay, no problem. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Material not at create and supplying plant. So remove that supplying plant. Okay. Enter again. Okay. Enter. We are trying to validate the fields. Okay. It is batch managed. You see the batch. Okay.
Yeah.
Enter. Enter. Okay. So for your PP perspective, MRP 1, 2, 3, 4, forecasting, work scheduling, PRT, production resource tools. All these 6 views are very important.
Okay.
For your planning perspective in the business requirement collection process. These are the planning parameters which you are going to discuss with your people, end users, business owners, stakeholders, subject matter experts, forecasting people, demand managers, schedulers, MRP controllers, capacity leveling supervisors, production managers. These are the people you will be talking to.
Okay.
And these are the questions you are going to ask. In order to ask questions, you need to know each and every field on MRP 1, 2, 3, 4, work scheduling, forecasting, PRT, production resource tools.
Okay.
These 6 views are owned by PP guy.
Okay.
Any field, the field value, how the field value is going to affect your planning process.
Okay.
All that your responsibility. Okay. Just to give an example, MRP group, material requirement planning group. Obviously, it's a group of MRP controllers. It's a group, right? The word itself is a group. Okay. Why do you use this group? Because if you have thousands of materials, which are also finished products, 8469 is a finished product. But you may have 254 different finished product. Some products are stock items. Some products are order items, make to order. If the customer is requesting with a specific characteristics or specific quality or specific design, that is called make to order. You're exclusively customizing for his needs, make to order. And if you keep lot of stuff and if he doesn't take it, other people will not take it because you like red color shirt. I don't like red color shirt. And for you, they ordered 200 because you gave an order. Let's say you did not give an order. What color you like? I don't know. if I make black shirts of 200 and keep it stock, that's going to be waste, because when it is a make to order, I need to wait for your specifications to make it. That is make to order. Okay. Make to stock. Soaps, consumable items. You do not wait. You, based on your historical values, you make it and keep it ready. Okay. So that is make to stock. There are some seasoned items.
Right.
Christmas gift, only in December. Halloween, only in Halloween. So if you keep it ready, sweaters in summer, that's not going to fly. So how do you manage them? You have 255 finished products. Every finished product is different, or maybe every 25 products are different. If you say every 25, 250 divided by 25, at least you are going to have 10 different groups. So each one will be having a different planning strategy.
Right.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So MRP group is linked to the planning strategy.
Okay.
You can also put your cursor there. Put your cursor at 0031. Right click. Right click. Click on help. Read. So this information will be helpful to ask questions.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So these are the questions they are expecting from you. Business requirement collection. What is business requirement collection? You need to collect the requirement for your 255 finished products. First of all, you are going to ask how many finished products you have. Each finished product, is it depending upon a make to order or make to stock or planning with final assembly? So these are the questions you are going to ask. Obviously, they do not know. They might ask you what is planning with final assembly, what is make to order. So you should be ready to answer those questions too. So this is the first step. Okay. So close this one. Go to drop down, and from there you can see planning strategies. Make to stock, make to order. You see that?
Yes.
So each one is with a number, but there are two zeros, 00, 10, 00, 20. You see that? Okay. So here I want you to change it to 40, planning with the final assembly.
Okay.
Okay, planning with final assembly is make to stock type scenario, but it is more polished. The polished way is, if you put make to stock, if you plan every month you need to make 20, it's going to make 20, 20, 20, 20, no matter what. If there is a sales order sitting, and for the next month you are supposed to make 20, but you already have sales orders for instead of 20 you have already 30. So in this case, instead of 20 it has to make 30, because you are already making 20. In addition to that, there is an additional demand of 10 in the form of sales orders. Okay. Similarly, you are supposed to make next month 20, but unfortunately you have only 10 orders. So how much you need to make? Only 10, not 20. If you make 20, 20 plus 10, you are making too much, but that much need is not there, right? If you are making only, if there is only 10, you need to reduce that current order, current demand, and the remaining only you need to plan, correct? So that type of math is not being done in make to stock. So netting of the actual demand with the forecast is not happening in vanilla make to stock scenario.
Okay.
So no matter what, whether you have demand or not, it keep on doing 20, 20, 20, 20. It doesn't really do any math.
Right.
But in planning with the final assembly, it is going to do the math and reduce the current orders amount. So if you reduce that, your demand is going to be only 10, not 20. But in vanilla make to stock, which is 0, 0, 10, it doesn't do that math. That's only the difference, okay? So that's one thing, which is a very important thing. MRP type. What is MRP type? First of all, in order to know what is MRP type, you need to know what is MRP procedure. Material, requirement, planning, procedure. How many procedures you have? You have 3 procedures.
Okay.
One is MPS, Master Production Scheduling, MRP, Material Requirement Planning, CBP, Consumption Based Planning. Master Production Scheduling is only for critical items.
Okay.
If there is a critical item, first of all, how do I define a criticality of a material? If that material pass through a bottleneck machine, a resource, so it is going to go through that bottleneck resource which is not always available. Then you have to plan ahead of time because it's critical. Similarly, you have a product which is coming from Malaysia. So it is coming on ship. It takes a lot of time. So since you have so much of time, lead time, you need to plan well ahead of the requirement time. So that is also called critical item. The critical item because it has got longer lead times. Okay. So only the critical items are going to be subjected to master production scheduling.
Okay.
Consumption based planning is based on that material consumption per day. You calculate how much you need as a safety stock.
Okay.
If you want to keep 5 days consumption, then per day consumption 100 kilograms, 5 days 500. So keep that 500 as the safety stock. Anything goes below 500, you will get an alert to fill it up. That is called consumption based MRP.
Okay.
Okay. The remaining one is called MRP, which is material requirement planning. If the product is not critical, the product is not based on consumption, then you use MRP. Okay. So again, each procedure has got different types. Okay. In this case, MRP procedure is MRP, not MPS, not even consumption based planning. But within that, the type is PD. So go to drop down and see what is the meaning of PD. PD is a simple planning. ND is no planning. M0, M1, M2, M3, M4, they are part of MPS. You can see that, right? P1, P2, P3, P4, PD, they're all MRP procedure. R1, R2, R3, all that consumption based planning. Okay. So you have to understand this concept for the business requirements. Like I said, press F1, read. You close this one. Right click, F1, help. F1. Okay. So it will explain you whatever I said, and if you click on those blue lines, it will take into the deep dive. And before that, I want to show you something. You technical information, click on technical information. From here you can see the database table is MARC. So you know the table MARA, right?
Yes, Mara.
This is MARC, plant level table. So this will be another reverse engineering mechanism if you want to find out for a given plant, for a given material type, what are the MRP types. You can go to MARC and figure it out, right? Okay. Once you have MRP type, it is going to ask you who will be your MRP controller.
Right.
So each controller's names are going to be there, and one controller for finished, one controller for raw material, one controller for semi. So you can have several MRP controllers. Okay. At this point, the time fence doesn't make any sense, because fencing, it is going to protect your planning results for 30 days, provided you take a MRP type with fencing. So MRP type with fencing are P1, P2, P3, P4. And if you have PD, PD doesn't come under fencing. So you selected a type which is not relevant for fencing, and you put some value here, doesn't really make any sense. Plus, that doesn't have any significance, because PD doesn't take consideration of any fencing. It doesn't fence it. It won't fence it. It won't protect your planning results after MRP run, because PD is a vanilla MRP. Okay. Then the next one will be lot size. You have to have lot size. You can have fixed lot, a lot for lot. In this case, it's not a fixed lot, lot for lot. Okay. So your homework is going to be on this field. Try to read F1 help and try to digest these fields, because these are the fields which are going to help you to ask questions. Okay. So go to MRP2.
Okay.
Enter. It will take you to MRP2. Okay, within MRP2, procurement, E is in-house, F is external. If you put X, both, that means either you make it or you produce, you buy from outside. That is called procurement type. Okay, special procurement type is if you are using subcontracting, or if you are using stock transfers, then you make it. Okay. So here you defaulted your storage locations, and you have in-house production time 10 days, and you have a schedule margin key. Schedule margin key is basically the buffer times before production, after production, during production, before release. So it is going to add up everything in order to see how much time is needed. Okay. And you're not using safety stock. Safety stock is only for consumption based planning, so that is empty. And planned delivery time, if you are buying from outside, what will be the planned delivery time? So we are not buying because you said E, which is in-house. Okay. But you can have a GR processing times. If it is in-house, goods receipt processing time, if you have some delay, once you produce it, then you have some quality inspectors coming. And when they're going to come, you don't know. There is a delay, some 3 days or 4 days. So that is connected to the final product goods receiving process delay. And you can incorporate GR processing times in that case if it is in-house production. If it is not, then you are going to use planned delivery times. Okay. So planned delivery times are irrelevant here because your procurement type is E, not F.
Right.
But GR processing time is relevant. But if you want to keep it, you can keep it GR processing times. Let's say you have some delay in the quality inspector coming in, and it may be a FDA environment, Food and Drug Agency guys will come. So they generally come 1 week late. So you can put 1 week worth of time in that if you have some delay. Okay. So that is again in-house. Okay.
Right.
Very good. The planning calendar. Planning calendar is also same thing. If you are procuring it from outside, then you use planning calendar because what days you are going to pick them and what days they are going to come. And for each lot size, you may have different planning calendar. Okay. So that is not relevant. If you take a look at it, they put it in a reasonable manner. On your right hand side, plan delivery time, planning calendar, that's external. If you get it from outside, and your left hand side you have in-house production, GR process, schedule. That's all related to in-house. So once if you take E, your right hand side doesn't have any meaning. So you don't have to put anything in the planned delivery time or a planning calendar. Okay. So I advise you to read each and every field, including quota arrangement, backflush, co-products, bulk material, safety stock, min-max, coverage profiles. Okay. But those are not relevant right now for the type of planning process or planning strategy you took. So doesn't mean that you should not read those fields. Even though they're irrelevant, you can always ask the questions. Let the customer say that we do not buy this from subcontractor. We always make it 100%. So those are the business decisions what you cannot guess. I cannot guess. We need to ask, right? So let's move on to MRP3.
Vasant, may I ask you one question?
Yeah.
Like the storage location for EP is, I believe, is external procurement, right? So in this case, that should not be. I'm just trying to understand. That should not be relevant for this.
I don't know. So put your cursor there, press F1, go to help, and read and tell me. I don't know. We'll verify that. Put your storage location EP. Put your cursor there. Right click. Okay. Default storage location for external procurement. Key of the storage location that is proposed in the purchase requisition. So this doesn't make any sense because you already selected that this material is not procured from outside. So close that field, close this one and remove that because it doesn't make any sense. Okay. So then let's move on to MRP3.
Thank you.
Okay. In MRP3, planning strategy 50 is wrong. It should be 40 because that is what we selected, right? Go to drop down and change it to 40 because MRP group is 0040. So obviously it should be 40. Go to drop down at 50 if you go to drop down at 50. Okay. So both are same, only the difference is in order to differently identify between MRP group and planning strategy, MRP group starts with 0040. Planning strategy doesn't have 00, just 40. Okay. So if you don't give any value in MRP group, then the next step is it is going to take a look at planning strategy because in the MRP you did not give any value. So system doesn't know what would be the planning strategy. So if you don't put any value in MRP group, the next check for the system to see is this one. Okay. Close that, please. Okay. So consumption mode 2, forward consumption 30 days, backward consumption 30 days. So ATP check KP means do not check. That is not correct. Go to KP and select something other than either collective requirements or individual requirement. Daily requirements, individual requirement, current stock. Yeah, you can select any one of them. Maybe you can select 02 individual requirements. Individual requirement is each sales order. Okay. Total replenishment lead time. Okay. So the total replenishment lead time is one of the major parameter in ATP check availability to promise. Okay. So we are going to deal ATP later. It's a little complex topic. We need more time. Okay. So but at this point what you did is you are going to take care of availability of your input components for this material when you produce it. So if you put KP, it doesn't check anything. Okay, that's why we removed that and we put something which is 02. Let's move on to MRP4. Okay, in MRP4, how you would like to do the bomb explosion? Is it single item, multi-level, or is it going to be based on the version? Is it going to be based on the quantity? Is it going to be based on the date? All that is in the selection method. Go to selection method and select number 2. Number 2 is by production version. Okay. And also, are you going to consider individual requirements or collective requirements? The next one. So let's go and take a collective requirements, number 2. Okay. So other things you need to read, these are the main things. Then go to production version. You have production versions also. So you have a production version 1000 and that is valid from December 13 to all the way to 999. Click on detail information, details. Second. Okay. So on this screen, we need to put two things. One is lot size. We do not know the lot size, so we'll keep that lot size. We'll fill it up later. The next one is Detail planning. How do you want to do the detail planning? Detail planning, routing, based on the routing. Okay, and what would be the group, routing group? 5000. Type that. No, I'm giving you the number. I wrote it down. Okay, 5,000, 500, 3 zeros. Okay, then after that 1899. Okay, go to group counter, the next one, and type number 1. That means first routing. Since it is group, it may have. No, you need to go to. We are not done. Go to detail. Detail.
Sorry.
Okay. Detail. Okay. So then the next one would be alternative BOM. Go to alternative BOM and go to drop down, and you have one. Select that, please. Okay. Now what you can do is you can click on check.
Okay.
And close it. Not this one. This is cancelled. This is the one. So you have validated both green, green. Okay. So now you say continue. Continue again and save it. So we have done validation of MRP 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let us do the validation for work scheduling. Hit enter. Scroll down. You have in front of select work scheduling. Enter. And that plant is 3000. Enter. Okay, in the work scheduling view, very important one is your scheduling profile. You see that profile? Scheduling profile. Go to scheduling profile drop down. Go to drop down and see what is the meaning of 00001. So create and release the order. So if you select that, not only it is creating your production order, but also it is going to release the production order for you immediately. And this profile can also do automatically goods receipt and automatic goods issue. Those are the things which are very useful. You can automate the release process. You do not have to release manually, and you can automate goods issue, goods receipt process. Also, if you pick and choose a production scheduling profile, which will have these parameters checked on. Okay, go ahead and close the window and save it. Okay, we are focusing only PP related. Okay, so that way I do not want to confuse you. Now you know how you are going to make questionnaires. The best way to make questionnaires is, if you are talking to PP guy, go to PP views and make questionnaire. If you are talking to QM guy, go to QM guy, do the homework, read those fields, and those fields itself will give you some questions what you need to ask. Similarly, if you are working with a warehouse guy, go to warehouse 1 and 2, take a look at those fields, prepare some questions, read that help. That will give you something to ask. Otherwise, you are going to show your blank face. We don't want to show our blank face. If you start asking questions, then they take more time and they put you into discussions and they keep on talking. You will be listening because most of these Americans, if you start asking 1 or 2 questions, they take those questions and try to answer, and they will be keep on talking for another half an hour. Then once he is done with his talking, then you ask another question, then again he'll talk for another 1 hour. By that time it is lunch time. Okay. So to start the engine, you have to have some masala. This is how you are going to get the masala. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So now you have material, correct?
Right.
So now let's go and take a look at the BOM. Go back. First one is material master. Second one BOM. Go to /n. Okay. Now collapse your production. Expand your master data, production, master data. Okay. Bill of material, material BOM, again bill of material, material BOM, because you have material BOMs, equipment BOMs in plant maintenance, function location BOMs, sales order BOMs, variant BOMs. You have BOMs in other modules too. Okay. So let's take a look at CS02. If something is missing, we need to fix it. So that is the reason we should go to change. Okay. So plant is 3000, BOM usage is number 1. Enter. BOM usage is production. Production is number 1. You don't have to type anything there. Hit enter. Okay. Now you can see there is only one alternative BOM, which is number 1. You see that?
Right.
Okay. So how many components you have? 2. One is 8280. The second one is 7736. So again 8280 has got a BOM. How do I know? You see this checkbox?
Right.
There is one more BOM for this guy, not for this guy, because there is no checkbox here. Okay. So you can say that this is a multi-level BOM, correct? As of now, we have 2 levels. 2 levels. One is this. This is second level, right?
Right.
So next thing would be, we will select these 2 line items and click on go to on top menu, go to item, because these are 2 items, right? So over here, first item is 8280, which is L, stock item. You are going to keep it as a stock item, which is good, right? The next one is status long text. Click on status long text. Okay. At this point, you would like to say that this product 8280 is going to be coming from a storage location which is 0088. Okay. Then if you click here, it will go to the next material, which is 7736, and you want to default the storage location. Okay, you got it? So now you save it. So we came to change because if something is missing, we wanted to fix it. We fixed it, right? Okay. Now I would like to show you how to create alternative BOM 2. Okay. Material BOM create. and if you hit enter, it is going to say alternative BOM number 2 is added. You see that? Okay. So if you hit enter, what is this alternative BOM? In order to make it, I'm going to use another alternative. In this case, I'm not going to use 2 components. I'm going to use only 7736. Okay. How much quantity? It's only 1. Enter. So this is another way of making it. You make it with the 2 components, 8280 and 7736. And also I have another way of doing it. Alternative is this. Select the line item, go to item, status long text, default the storage location. This time we'll use this guy, not 0088. You see the difference? Save it. So this is called alternative BOM. Okay. So BOM is over. Let's go to the routing. Go back. Okay, now routing. Yeah, right here. Again routing. Standard routing. Change. Good. Enter. Okay. So you have 2 operations. You see that?
Right.
And your setup time is 50, machine time 60, labor time 10. Okay. Very good. Then next thing would be component allocation. You have 2 BOMs. You see that? Because you created 1 more just now. So in the component allocation, which one you want to check? We'll check the second one, which you created just now. You got it, right? Now you need to select this and then new assignment. Go to number of assignments. You have 2. You can assign it number 1 or number 2. Enter. Save it. See that? Okay. So you have now made some changes, correct?
Right.
Those changes are component allocation you changed to alternative BOM 2, correct?
Right.
Okay. So if you want to change that, you can change it. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. Okay. So the main purpose here is routing is a process. You can have multiple processes to prepare, right? So let's say you are making chicken biryani, you can make in 2 different ways. One is simple Hyderabadi style. Second one Mughalai style. Third one Punjabi style, right? So similarly, you can have any number of routings, correct? So we'll create 1 more routing. Like the way you created alternative BOM, you remember?
Yes.
You gave me 2 options. So you want to give 1 more option. So in that case, group counter is going to be number 2. Okay. So in order to do that, we'll go back 1 minute. Okay. See, I have to go to a screen where I can create. So it is saying change, right? So that is the reason I'm trying to navigate from one screen to another screen. Okay, so this is the create. Okay, since I haven't seen any create button, I have come to CA01, double click on CA01. Okay, so you want to create another one, right? So if you want to create another one in the same group, you need to make sure you put the group number here. Otherwise it will create in another group. So 501899, that's the group in which I want to create one more. But you see this, you already have one. Since you already have one, you want to create one more, you click on create, then immediately got the second one, right? So this will be yours, NB, and usage is always production. It is for the production. So we want to take number 1, and the status always number 4, release general, always number 4. Okay, and lot size will make it 1 to, if you want to make it from 1 to 100, 1 to 100 pieces, you use this. Otherwise use the first one. Okay, now let's go to operations, and we'll just only make only one operation. Okay, so we'll use a work center called MAS. This is the one. We have two, we are only using one this time. MAS ZY NAA, and controlling key PP01. You can go to drop down and select it also, PP01. Okay, we'll give a description, final operation or final assembly. Enter. Okay, once you enter, all you can see is for a given operation to make one quantity, how much time you take to do the setup. I will say 60 minutes. How many minutes you take, you keep the machine running? 600 minutes. And how many minutes the labor is going to work on this? 600. So you need this. This is called standard values. For making 1, you take 60. For making 10, 10 multiplied by 60. That math will be done by the system for you. Okay, so next one would be BOM, component allocation. So you have 2 BOMs, right? So we'll take second one and select this new assignment. How many operations you have? 1. Assign it only to 1. Save it. Okay. Okay, the next one would be work center. So let's go to work center. Work center, change, because if something is missing we'll change it. And our work center is MAS ZY NAA. Log out, maximum user idle time. NAA. Okay, so in the work center you have basic data 1, default values, capacities, scheduling, costing. And the standard value key is the one which is going to bring all these activities, because each activity, how much time you are going to take, that time multiplied by the dollar is going to give you the cost. Okay, you got it? So
Yeah.
if I change this one to SAP 0, that means it's not going to bring anything, because 0 means you're not buying, you're not okay. You see that? You did not get anything because you selected a 0. So if you put 1, you have 3 activities to measure. How much time you need for setup, how much time you need for machine, how much time you need for the labor. Why do you need time? Time multiplied by the dollars. Okay.
Right.
Go to the default values, capacity. So you have formulas to calculate your capacity of the work center. These are the formulas. Okay. Arithmetic formulas, nothing really complex here. Okay. So the next one would be capacity header. In the capacity header, you are going to say factory calendar. So factory calendar W8 is Germany, all days are working days. And if that is not true, then select a factory calendar which only works for 5 days. Okay, 5-day calendar. And it is going to start at 5 o'clock in the morning. It works up to 1 o'clock. Then there is a lunch break for 1 hour. So they are working 7 hours only. They are using 100%. There are only one work center. And it is relevant for scheduling, finite scheduling. And it may be used by several other operations also. And it is also relevant for long-term planning. Okay. If we click on shift intervals, you can see the shift schedules, how they have the shift schedule set up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all days, what time they come, what time they leave, all that stuff. Okay, so if you go back now, go back, you are going to capacity. From the capacity, you came to capacity header. From the header, you went to shift schedules, back. Okay. And then based on the capacity, you got a 60% of the capacity of the machine. Then how do you schedule it? Scheduling means that 60% you need to utilize daily how much you are going to use. That is called scheduling. Even for scheduling, you have formulas. You see those formulas? Yeah. And if you want to take a look at those simple formulas, click here. So it is only taking setup time. Setup time multiplied by nothing. Very simple formula. Whereas processing time is take machine time multiplied by operation quantity. Operation quantity, if you are making 100 pieces, that is operation quantity, divided by base quantity. Base quantity is 1. If you have any operation splits, since you don't have anything, you don't have to type anything. So if you take machine time 600 multiplied by 600 is what? 600 for making one base quantity multiplied by operation quantity. How many pieces you are making? 100 divided by base quantity. What is base quantity? 1. Do you have any operation? No. So that is called a simple formula. So click on the other formula, labor hours, operation quantity, base quantity, same thing. These are pretty simple formulas. This is only like setup time. There's no calculation, just only whatever figure you see on that field, that's it. Nothing multiplied, nothing divided. Okay, then go to costing. So you have setup time. This is the activity. This is the finance formula, and all that will be multiplied, and all the dollars are going to be collected at cost center. So for this cost center, for this department, for this manufacturing facility, how much you are spending on labor, how much you are spending on utility, how much you are spending on machinery, how much is the depreciation, how much is the setup time, all that will be calculated for product costing. Okay, so go ahead and save it. Okay, so one last thing, production version. So production version, usually where I do is /n mm02. That's the easiest way. So I always go to mm02, enter, enter, production scheduling, enter, 3000, enter. Okay, so you have right here. So now what I would like to do is I want to create my own number one NB, valid from today. For 1 year. Okay, since it is 1 year, we need to change the year to 15. Okay, now go to detail information, and our lot size is 1 to 100, and planning is routing, group number is same, but the counter is not same, number 2, and the alternative BOM is also not same. Ours is number 2, not number 1. You see that? So this is a different one, different way of doing it. We have only one operation. We are using a different BOM, correct?
Right.
The first one, we are using BOM number 1, 2 operations, 2 work centers, right? Do the check. Green, green, continue, continue, save it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the major piece of master data. Okay. So let's take a small break. Okay, so right now we have the master data ready for us. So let's go and try to run a business scenario. Okay, so let's go to production. From the production, I'm going to go to production planning. Production planning, demand management, planned independent requirements. Okay, before I create some forecast, some requirements for my product, I would like to do check. What is that? I'm going to check. I'm going to check and see what would be the current situation for this material, MD04. In MD04, I will go and take a look at the situation. Okay. So this first step, what you are going to do is MD04.
Okay.
That's a very first step. MD04 is going to give you, do I have any requirements? Do I have requirements?
Okay.
So what type of requirements? Sales orders, customer requirements, or forecast, or PIR, planned independent requirements, or maybe dependent requirements. Okay, so this is what I'm going to see, and also I'm going to see if do I have any stock.
Okay.
So I have requirements, I have also stock, then there's no problem. I do not have stock but I have requirements, then I have to plan, correct?
Yes.
So in this case MD04 is going to give you the requirements.
And the stock.
It is also going to give you stock.
Okay.
Stock on hand, all that stuff. Okay. So in order to know my scenario, what my situation look like, I'm always will go here and put my 8469, which is the finished product. From that finished product, I will see what is my situation right here. Let us see the situation for this finished product 8469. How much requirement I have, how much stock I have, and how do I go about my production planning. Okay, you don't have stock. There's no stock.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no stock. And you have so many requirements here. If you take a look at all these requirements, you have tons of requirements. Page number 1, page number 2. Okay. So since it has got so much information right here, it is a little difficult for you to understand, but I'll try my level best. Okay.
Yeah.
There's not stock, that is for sure. But you have an options to get some stock. Okay. So only one page. So you have a planned order sitting there, and there is a customer order for 140. The sales order, there is a sales order. This is a sales order. Put your cursor and click on that. You can see the order. Okay. So what I will do now is, there is a planned order sitting there for 140. First convert this planned order into production order. So that way we can produce 140, correct? So in order to convert this into planned order, you need to double click on it, convert the planned order into production order.
Okay.
So quantity is 140. It copied everything, the master data, everything. So you can take a look at the master data here. Okay, you see this master data?
Yeah.
Your group, your BOM, everything. Okay. But the problem here is, let's go to general. Okay. So we'll take a look at the routing, two operations, and we'll take a look at the components, two components, and one is 0088, the other one there's no storage location, so I put for now this one. But the next thing is, do I have stock for these two items?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So to check whether I have the stock or not, I have a option, which is take these two, select them, and do the material availability check. Check material availability, check component availability. Okay. If you remember, we have selected ATP rule 02, not KP, correct? KP is no checking.
Right.
Since we did that, we'll try to check and see if that stock is available or not. There is a error during the availability check. So we'll go and take a look at it. What is the error? Okay, so the check is not performed right. We'll see why. There is an error occurred during the check. Okay, so we'll see the log. How do I see the log? And this log I need to see at the time of material availability. So in this log, we might get some information. Why it failed. Sometimes they give you very clear information, sometimes not. No checking group. So there is no checking group for components. What are those components? 82807736. 82807736. Okay. So let us go and save this. Okay. So I could not do ATP check, but still I converted the planned order into production order. If I refresh this, I should see production order. Yeah, you see this production order?
Yeah.
6,5898. The production order has come, but it's not released. Right. So we know why we did not release it, because there is a ATP related issue, correct? Right. So where is that ATP related issue? In the component. Which component? Let's start with one by one. 82807736. One component 8280. So it is clearly saying that ATP check is missing. Right. Then where is ATP check? It's in MRP3. Okay. See, it's KP. KP means do not check. That's not correct. So fix it. Similarly, 7736. MRP3. If I save this, I don't have to type it every time. Okay, I saved it. ATP check. There's no ATP check at all. Okay. And also let us check MRP views. So in the MRP view, what type of values we have? See this MRP group? That is wrong. We should have 40. PD is correct. There is no reorder point. We don't want to use reorder point. EX is correct. Correct? MRP control is correct. MRP2. This is purchased outside. There's a planned delivery time 5 days because it's purchasing from outside, right? Then storage location is defaulted, MRP3. And strategy is not there. Let's put 40 strategy. MRP4. And there is no bomb explosion. It should be by version. This is also collective requirements. Save it. So let's go and check even the other guy. Which one? 8280. Is it perfect? We don't know. MRP 1, 2, 3, 4. Enter. Enter. See, 31. That's not correct. It should be 40, right? And PD is correct. There's no reorder point. We are not using any reorder point. There's no time planning time fence. That doesn't make any sense. MRP2. Produced in-house. E. 5 days. That's all good. MRP3. Planning strategy. That's not correct. We thought it is planning with final assembly. Okay. Everything is good. MRP4. That's correct. This is this we thought too, right? And save it. So what we also did is not only finding out the problems in the finished product, but also we found the problems within the components. This is also a finished product, and 7736 is another product, and it should be a raw material. Yeah, it's a raw material. Okay, so we did that. Now we'll go to MD04, and from here we can release it, right? So put your cursor here, click on change, and now you go to your BOM. Try to see if you have the stock. Okay, so how? Check the availability. It's doing something, but we don't know whether we have enough stock. It looks like we have enough stock, right? So we did that. Release is over. Then do the capacity check for your work centers. You have 2 work centers, right? So we'll see. If the work center capacity is not enough or not there, we'll see that here capacity is available at all work centers, so that we are in good shape. Let's do the calculation part. Let's do the scheduling part. Let us release it to the shop floor. And let us save this.
Okay.
So what we can see now is RE. You see this guy right here? You refresh, you are going to see RE, means released.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
So once you release it, the next step for you is going to be take this number and do the goods issue. Input components should be issued. Okay. So what are those input components? This one is finished product. We are not interested in finished product. We need to put 8280. That's what we want to see. The storage location we said 0088. We'll see how much stock we have here. Once I issue the stock is going to vanish. Okay. So you really don't you don't have stock. You see the stock is 1672, but it's reserved. And if you take a look at this, I don't see any stock. There's no stock at all. Okay. So let's go and see what is going on with other storage location. It has got two storage locations, right? So in this storage location, they have only 20. So we really don't have enough stock. Because if you take a look at my document here, if you go to change, I could see 140, that is the finished product. To make 140, I need 616, 2,380. I don't have that much stock. Correct? So, since I do not have that much stock, what I can do is, I need to make sure first somehow I should get that stock. When I say somehow, this is what I would like to do. I would like to go to MD04 of my raw material first. This is not my raw material. My raw material is 7736.
So that means the material availability check that we do just tells us how many materials.
Yeah, we have for this raw material. You say that 6,600. That's a lot of stock. So let us see for this guy. Which one? 8280. 8280. 8280. We'll see 8280 how much we have. So 8280 we don't have stock. That's a zero stock. Okay. So what I will do now is when I do the goods issue, or I can do one more thing. Since I don't have stock for now, what I would like to do is I'm going to go to this order, and I'm a production guy, so I have authority to put it into trash. Okay. So for this iteration only, not for everything, I removed that. I saved it because I don't have stock. Okay. So what I will do now is 8280, right? 8280. See, since we don't have stock, we don't want to deal with this. Okay. So I remove that. Okay. So the next step for me is for that production order. Which one? Do I have that number? Yeah, this is the production order. So I'm going to do goods issue. First I need to go do the goods issue. Goods issue is MIGO. Enter. Goods issue, not for purchase order. Order. Where is my order? This is the order. GI, goods issue. Execute or enter. So you are going to see only one material. Why? Because I removed the other one, correct?
Yeah.
So since I removed the other one, we have only one material, and we'll go ahead and save it. Okay, there is no stock. Okay, this is not a good material, man. Okay, so I'll stop here because I need to drop my daughter at the Purdue University, and it will take 3 + 3, 6 hours. Yeah, I mean to go 3, come back 3 hours, 6 hours.
Sure.
It's in West Lafayette. So what you can do is you can keep practicing. Maybe late night, I'll check on you. Okay. It's 3 o'clock. It's going to be, no, it's 2 o'clock. If I start now, 2 + 3, 5, 5 + 3, 8. By 8:39 I should be here.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. You don't have to bother. Maybe we can do it tomorrow. This itself is a lot of things for me to go through.
Yeah. It itself is a lot of stuff. And now if you go through those videos,
right,
then it makes more sense for you.
Right.
But the information what you have is going to be helpful for asking a lot of questions, because most of the questions, believe me, they're not on planning. They're going to be on the master data, material master, MRP views, and the BOMs, alternative BOMs, work centers, work center capacities, work center formulas, work center timings, factory calendars, shift schedules, then routing. In the routing, how many operations you are going to use, what operations you are going to perform, how much time you are going to take for each operation, and after that, what production version you are going to use. Are you going to use the same thing for each lot, different lot sizes? Are you going to use the same BOM or alternative 1, 2, 3? And are you going to use the same group? If not, what is the counter number? Is it 2, 3, 4, 1? So did you check the availability? Are there, do you see the ATP? Did you see the BOM explosion? Is it individual requirements, collective requirements? What kind of planning strategies? Do you do the capacity planning, capacity leveling, scheduling? What type of MRP you are using? What type of MRP types? What type of lot sizes? So you have too much of information to ask. If you bombard with, like I said, the best way is ask some questions. They'll explain you for 2 hours. Then nicely, don't interrupt and keep listening. Keep when they're saying, pay attention, scribble. Whether you are writing or not, God knows. Scribble, and that gives an impression that you are very attentive. Then he'll stop. Then ask 2 more questions. Then he'll go for another 3 hours. Then your day is done. Okay? So I need to go now. So I'm going to close this. And again, I'm going to